Night arrives like a soft curtain drawn over the stage of life. The city dims, voices fade, and one by one, minds slip beneath the surface of awareness. For most people, sleep is escape, a blank interval between 2 days. For the yogi, it is something far greater. It is a portal. It is the moment when the soul returns home to the subtle world from which it came. Yogananda taught that every night we enter the astral realm without realizing it. We call it dreaming, but the sage calls it travel. In that realm, we are free from the body, free from the noise of habit. We review lessons, we heal energies, we meet those we love in finer vibrations. Yet because the mind goes unconscious, we forget the journey when we wake. The art of Sleep Sadhana, spiritual sleep, is to cross that doorway consciously, to fall asleep in God and wake in God again. He said to one disciple, "If you fall asleep with your mind on the divine, the body may rest, but the soul continues its meditation." That single sentence holds the secret. The purpose of this practice is not to abandon awareness, but to carry it gently across the frontier between waking and dream. Begin with preparation. An hour before rest, reduce light, reduce speech. The senses are doors. Close them softly. Let the nervous system know that it is safe to sink inward. As the Gita declares, when the senses are withdrawn, the yogi rests in supreme peace. Turn off the outer lights so that the inner lamp may glow. Sit for a few minutes on the bed, spine straight. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Feel each breath lengthen until the rhythm becomes like ocean waves. With every exhale, release the day. Names, worries, triumphs, failures. Silently say, "All that is done is done. Now I return to thee." The mind will try to rehearse tomorrow. Smile at it. Tomorrow is not invited to this vigil. When the breath becomes calm, bring awareness to the heart center. Imagine a small golden sun there. With each breath, see its rays expand through your whole body. Feet, hands, head. When your body is glowing in imagination, feel gratitude. Gratitude for this shelter of flesh. Gratitude for the lessons of the day. Gratitude even for the mistakes that trained the soul. Gratitude is a magnet. It calls divine presence. Yogananda said, "The secret of vitality is to conserve energy and to bring new energy into the body by willpower. Before sleep, will that energy to settle in the spine. Visualize it resting at the base, humming like a low chord. Then gently raise it to the heart, then to the point between the eyebrows, the spiritual eye. Hold your attention there lightly as if gazing into a far star. Now invoke the beloved. You may say, "Divine Mother, as I surrender to sleep, hold my consciousness in thy light." You may prefer, "Beloved Krishna, guide me through thy dream." Whatever form touches you, use it. Speak once. Mean it completely. Then grow silent. As the body begins to relax, keep a thread of awareness at the spiritual eye. Do not fight the tide of drowsiness. Let it carry you, but float with eyes of the soul open. Between waking and sleep, there is a flicker, a moment when the outer world dissolves, but inner hearing has not yet shut. That flicker is the doorway. If you can remain conscious there even for a few seconds, you have practiced yoga in sleep. Sri Yukteswar described the true yogi as one who is awake while others dream. He did not mean sleeplessness, he meant inner wakefulness. a subtle awareness that continues even when the senses rest. Train yourself gently. Perhaps tonight you will remember nothing. Perhaps one image will stand out. A temple, a teacher, a symbol. Each night that remembrance grows stronger until the invisible becomes familiar. Before lying down fully, repeat a simple affirmation.
Yogananda recommended, I am a child of God. I am awake even in sleep. Say it mentally 3 times, then lie on the back or the right side, whichever feels natural. Place the right hand lightly over the heart, a reminder that love guards the gate. Let breath flow naturally now. Feel it slow, slow, until you cannot tell where inhale ends and exhale begins. At that threshold, whisper silently, I fall asleep in thee. If thoughts intrude, do not wrestle. Watch them drift like clouds across the moon of awareness. Each thought that passes without reaction becomes a teacher of detachment. Soon, the mind grows transparent, the body grows heavy. A current of vibration will begin at the heart, rising upward. You may feel yourself expanding as if the room itself were breathing with you. At that instant, surrender completely. Say nothing. Think nothing. Let consciousness slip like dew into the larger ocean. While the body sleeps, the soul moves through the finer walls. Lahiri Mahasaya once told a devotee, sleep should be entered as meditation continued. That is the mark of progress. To be aware, even of the dream state. At first, you may only glimpse that realm upon waking, a lingering fragrance of bliss, a memory of light. But with time, the boundary weakens. Dreams become lucid, peaceful, filled with teaching. Yogananda called this the divine cinema. He said that the astral world is far more real than this physical one, and that every night we attend our own class there. The trick is to return with the lesson remembered. Therefore, when you awaken in the morning, do not move immediately. Keep the eyes closed and ask, what remains? Often the first image or feeling is the message. Write it down. Over weeks, patterns will appear. Themes, guidance, gentle corrections. You will realize that your sleep has become a dialogue with the infinite. When nightmares appear, treat them as distorted letters from the same source. Fear transformed into symbol. Bless the image, breathe light into it, and it will dissolve. Nothing can harm the one who sleeps in God's remembrance. If insomnia troubles you, remember Vivekananda's counsel. Let the mind rest in the self, and sleep will come of itself. Focus gently on the breath moving at the nostrils, or repeat a simple mantra such as Om Peace, not as a lullaby, but as a thread tying you to awareness. Soon drowsiness merges with mantra. The two descend together. The yogic texts speak of 3 states: waking, dreaming, and deep sleep, and a 4th beyond them, Turiya, the witnessing consciousness that pervades all. Sleep meditation trains you to rest in that witness. You realize that even while the body sleeps, something within remains alert, joyful, untouched by dreams. That watcher is your true self. Yogananda once smiled and said, when you can fall asleep in samadhi, you are free. Until that day, practice small steps. Calm breath, gratitude, visualization, prayer, surrender. Each night is a rehearsal for the final sleep we call death, and each morning a rehearsal for resurrection into light, when you learn to sleep consciously. death itself loses power, for you know that you have crossed the boundary countless times already. So tonight, before you close your eyes, remember, you are not entering darkness. You are entering subtle radiance. Whisper softly, "Guide my rest, beloved. Let my dreams be thy classroom." Feel a smile in the heart and drift. Beyond the veil, teachers wait. They instruct not in words, but in vibration. Their lessons come as color, as music, as sudden understanding upon waking. When dawn returns and the first light brushes your eyelid, pause again. Before moving, thank the unseen hands that have shaped the night. In that gratitude, the day begins charged with invisible power. You will notice greater clarity, faster healing, steadier mood. These are signs that prana has flowed uninterrupted from night into morning. Carry that current through the day. Work, speak, eat, serve. But keep a small flame of remembrance alive behind the heart. Then, when evening descends again, the circuit is complete. Sleep becomes meditation's continuation, and meditation becomes waking in God. Whether waking, dreaming, or sleeping, remain centered in the self. Ramana Maharshi. Let these words echo as you fade. Peace is not found in unconsciousness, but in awareness without tension. May your nights be luminous, your dreams instructive, and your awakening filled with the quiet joy of those who never truly leave the divine.